Hi guys, today I'm going to be reading some Ouija board stories. Hopefully I can get through the first one. Ouija board stories really creep me out and I haven't done them in like a year, maybe two. I'm not really sure, but they really creep me out. So let's try to get through this. If you're new here, don't forget to subscribe. If you've been here, thank you very much for sticking it out with me. Also, I do have a vlog channel now that I'm just trying to like incorporate so that way I can make other types of videos other than scary. So that link is going to be in the description below. And let's get started. This first story says, so me and my friends in 6th and 7th grade were really into paranormal activity, spirits, etc. I said to them, hey, why don't I ask my brother to get us a Ouija board? And they all agreed. Keep in mind, my house I used to live in was haunted. Not in a bad way, just spirits have always been there with us since day one. They slam things, open things, move things around, make noises, etc. And so my brother got me a Ouija board and I brought it to my friend's house while sneaking it into my school bag so that the parents wouldn't notice. And we played it. I don't remember the first spirit we talked to, but I have some pretty scary, weird ones that we connected to. There was this spirit that always pretended to be someone she wasn't. She pretended to be my dead grandmother, my best friend's guardian angel, etc. She told us she was lying too. We got a bit upset and asked why, and she immediately went no and went to goodbye. She was a very negative spirit and I knew she was. So I told my friends that we had to get rid of her. And in order for us to do that, we had to get rid of the board. So we went to a nearby lake and put the Ouija board in a pillowcase, filled it with rocks, tied it with a rope and clips, and threw it in and screamed to leave us alone because she had been messing with us for a while. So we left it at that. That alone is like one of the dumbest things you could do. I've heard so many stories where you can't just throw it away, you can't just burn it, like you can't do stuff like that. And I woke up super sore all over my body, and that day my neck cramped up for no reason and I had red spots on my thighs. To this day I am still terrified of Ouija boards. I wouldn't suggest playing them at all, ever. I wonder if it stopped right after that, because usually when you do something like that, like you keep getting haunted for years. So the next story says, in the summer of 2019, I was 19 at the time. I had a lot of shit happen that caused me to become very depressed. My boyfriend had just broken up with me without telling me why, and shortly after, I was assaulted by my so-called friend. Needless to say, I was at a point in my life where I didn't give a shit about anything. So when my friend asked if I wanted to use the Ouija board with her, of course I said hell yeah. Oh my god, this is not good. Like, bad spirits always feed on depression, sadness, any of those feelings. We agreed to go to our local Books A Million to buy the board and decided that we could split the cost since it was only $20. My friend, we'll call her Lily, instantly started having doubts about whether we should mess with that kind of stuff. Both of us are Christians and were always taught that messing with that stuff was a big no. However, I assured her that all would be well and that if we would make her more comfortable, we could buy some protecting incense to burn around the house while we played. This made her feel better, and we proceeded to purchase the board. The main reason Lily wanted to use the board was because her grandmother had just passed away and wanted to see if she could contact her. I did warn her that if her grandmother was in heaven, she most likely wouldn't come through since the Lord wouldn't allow that. I did support her and agreed to at least try to contact her. As for my motive, since I was little, I had always felt something or someone wanting to talk to me. So being the depressed girl I was like, fuck it, bring it on, demons. I also had vivid dreams where in every one of them I was assaulted by demons and would end up being the mother of the Antichrist. I obviously didn't and still don't take these dreams seriously, but my friend was intrigued to see if anyone or anything would care to explain them to me. Fast forward to her grandmother's house. Lily's grandfather wasn't there because he was taking physical therapy for his hip. So it was just us and the board. I could tell Lily was nervous, and a small part of myself was too, but I refused to show it. I was assigned to be the guide, the person that asked questions and such, so I placed myself in a comfortable position and opened the board. Are there any spirits that would like to speak with us? Nothing. The planchette didn't even move and everything was silent. I asked the same question about 4 or 5 times before there was movement. As soon as it moved to yes, I asked what their name was. It spelled out some sort of gibberish that I can't remember and ended up telling us it was one of my cousins that died in a fire. I knew that I didn't have any cousins that had died in a fire, but I played along with it. At some point, the spirit started making a figure 8 across the board and counting down numbers, for which I said a stern hell no before saying goodbye and moving to the next session. This same little girl kept contacting us repeatedly, except she didn't make figure 8s or count down like she had before. Lily and I both tried to figure out what the hell this thing wanted. Before we knew it, this little girl had changed into a male demon, Vovo. Based on my readings about Ouija boards, I knew that this could have been Zozo. However, he swore up and down that he wasn't, but Zozo was in the room with us. Apparently, Zozo wanted to harm us, but Vovo wanted to protect me. Not Lily, just me, which I thought was weird. After talking with him some more, we learned that he was present in all those dreams I had been having. He was destined to be the father of said Antichrist and claimed that he was and is deeply in love with me. Of course, I thought all of this was bullshit, but Lily was excited and began asking questions. Every time she would ask something, the planchette would move to no. Eventually, she gave up and asked if he wanted to talk with me. I agreed and continued asking questions. Apparently, there was this whole plan in hell where I was going to be the mother of the Antichrist. Vovo was in very high ranks when it came to other demons. According to him, his ranks was right below Lucifer's. All of a sudden, the planchette flew to goodbye, and the board stopped all movement. Lily and I agreed to try one more time to contact her grandmother, but of course, it was Vovo again. He said he had revealed too much information and displeased with Lucifer, but at the same time, Lucifer wanted me to know some of this knowledge. I'm still completely skeptical at this point, so I just shrugged and said whatever. All of a sudden, I could feel some brushing against my lips and cheeks. The feeling moved down to my breast and caused me to shiver. I yelled, "Fuck this," and closed the session. I would have to. Don't touch me, don't. Then both of us lit lavender incense and walked around the house saying the Lord's Prayer. After that, it was getting late, so we went inside and went to bed. I don't know what made me want to use the board by myself, but the next day I thought it would be a good idea to do. Lily sat in front of me while I did it alone, and I watched the planchette move to spell the name Vovo. After talking for 2 solid minutes, I got creeped out and I stopped. Fast forward months later, I was at my friend Kat's house and my other friend Ashley. My father had burned the board once he knew I used it, but we all wanted to use it again, so we went to good old Books A Million again and purchased another board. Lo and behold, after we started using it, Vovo was the only one to come through. He yelled at both of my friends and told them he only wanted to talk to me. He claimed that he had been watching me since I was 5 and that everything that was planned was supposed to go down in 2023. He also said that in order to get me pregnant, he was going to either, warning, or possess my current boyfriend and do it that way. Nevertheless, this all creeped the hell out of me and my friends, and we stopped using it. You would think I would learn my lesson at this point, but a couple of months ago, I am now 20, I went to my other friend Amanda's house and we got high with her and her friends. This was probably the stupidest thing I've ever done in my life, but Jay encouraged all of us to play while we were high. I don't remember any of it if I'm honest, but according to Amanda, I was saying random shit and they contacted Bobo. Bobo refuses to let anyone talk and kept spelling my name. However, I was too gone to say or do anything. After an hour of my friends trying to get him to talk to them, he spelled my name the entire time. They gave up and helped me to my bed. Moral of the story, it seemed that whenever I used the Ouija board, I talked to the same spirit or demon. You may wonder if I'm worried about this, which I tell you, not at all. I am still very strong in my faith, and I believe the Lord wouldn't allow that to happen. I guess we'll just have to wait and see. I think it's so weird that this person says that they're very religious, but yet decided to play the board even though it's taught that you're not supposed to mess with that kind of stuff. But you're going against your faith, but you also hold on to your faith thinking that this is going to happen to you. I don't think that's the way it works. You can't just go against it and then just think you're going to be helped. I don't know. That's just me, but I don't feel like that's how it works. I'm going to go ahead and stop there because these two stories were crazy enough, and I don't like, it makes me feel iffy, like being alone in my room, talking about the Ouija board, talking about spirits. Like, it creeps me out sometimes. But I really hope that you like these stories, and I'll see you next time. Bye.